Jeff Kern.
All right, I'm here. We have a vacancy. Mr. Zolker is not here at the moment. We have reason to believe he may be on his way. Not certain about that. We do have a quorum. We will continue. Please take a look at the agenda.
I want to add to legal matters hearing.
What you said,
Hearing, the legal matters.
I'm not sure what hearing it is.
Well, it's a hearing on your time schedule.
Under the mayor's activities, I do think we will do the council appointment under that. If that's agreeable. Anything else to affect the agenda?
Yeah, the boss is here.
Speaking on turn.
Anything else to on the agenda? Is there approval by consensus? Yes, no, maybe?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda with the addition of the hearing under legal matters.
Mr. Bunker has arrived at 7:04. We have minutes from the previous meeting. September 9, unapproved minutes should be in your packet. Any discussion of those additions, corrections, or qualifications?
Make a motion to approve the minutes from September 9th, 2024.
Minutes will be approved on September 9. We should have a list of bills and a treasurer's report in front of you. Your consideration of that.
I feel this 160, 67, we always have around that price. Like the justice one.
Oh, no, that's just to be finding out the tax.
Okay. All right.
No, but, no, it was tax. They found it correctly to do.
This one.
No,
I don't have any.
Looking at this one.
yeah.
Okay. Any questions about the bills? Discussion.
Make a motion, we approve the unpaid bills. You can you speak up? Second. Aye.
The bills will be paid. Keep covering up my agenda. We've been dilly-dallying about appointing a property officer for some time. How many candidates did we have for property officer? three, are they present? Do we need to discuss with them, do we need to meet with them, or put a face to a name, or discuss their, how they part their hair, something like that?
That's not up to me.
Well, I mean, we have them up for interviews, so we need to interview.
All right, very good. I don't know the list of the names, though, so hoping that you do.
Are they in the order?
You got it.
Do you have the names?
I know the name.
Okay, so you need a motion for executive session, to do the interviews with the right to call in, and then list 3 names for non-elected personnel. So whoever makes the motion will need those names.
Is there a motion for an executive session?
I make a motion to go in executive session for, okay, we'll call in the applicants one at a time for 5 minutes. We will have, so we'll have to have council, mayor, and the right to call Rick Blakey, Gene Brock, and James Joplin. And that's okay. Time of 20 minutes, please.
It is. But this is Turon, they do what they want.
Hell,
Do we have a second on that?
I think that. That'd be more hell than this time this can live.
I will recuse myself from the interview with Gene Brock.
Come right in, find a seat somewhere.
It's a full house.
And law enforcement too, so we gotta shake up.
Honey, you might want to move this, they're gonna go out that door. I just thought I'd let you know. I know.
I guess it's time to go outside and smoke.
How are you? I'm good, how are you? Not too bad.
We're gonna go out and watch. Ask the water.
Are you gonna put your heads together and try to think?
Yeah. Max, we're gonna go outside and
Sounds good.
They got a check last name, they went to the library. They don't know what they're doing. It is a conflict of interest. It's not a curricular. Whatever you want it.
Get ready to rumble, move down. Oh, hell, we'll be no town. Yeah, really, she's gonna walk around with a gun.
Think you should walk? walking around with a gun. Who did?
No, that, a lot of people,
A lot of people do.
the ones that said they don't come out and box. I invited them over to Tree Saturdays.
What is that? Camera?
Uh-huh.
It's like got really bright.
Yeah, the camera.
It's just a big tree.
They don't have
So Brandon did call me. This is big thing, yeah. Brandon did it.
So what's happening?
You don't know that.
I don't know.
I heard that they did arrest him because they got him on video like burning his house and but he was bail and it would have been I said, he did tell us that. He told me it's kind of interesting. What he said. I was like, wow. I was like, that's an answer right there.
They can't come in on there.
That's why he told me to do it.
And I did, I was thinking, I guess.
Rick Blakely.
They think it's the same thing.
She said we would want us to she charged $62.50. $148 for water. And that was $1.02 for WPL or whatever. And for sewer, she charged $37. And $11.10 for tax.
They're a lot more,
Tax,
Wow.
sales tax. And they wondered why I was mad as hell when I went in
Have they never heard of freedom of speech?
there. So they got it. But this is not the first one.
You know, I the sewer that he has, I guess, where it's like just time, it has a whole lot. So, it's that tax, so then it has to take over the water. It's like the range. Right now, we have like a big sign over the top of it, so nothing can get it. And then each month it was more. Then it's in water, where it's like just $200 a month for water. And that's
Watch that rug when you go out. I'm leery of it.
Yeah, that's dangerous. I call it again, I'm sorry.
John said, come in, just tear it down. Build a cabinet in there.
and I said, do you guys realize these
Bigger.
it's not. And he goes,
I know. Yeah, really. Yeah, that's
like when you're going out towards Silver, like the first house. It's like you're going Silver. Oh yeah.
They're changing their names. Now they fire Rosie, change
Excuse me? Grady's going down there, they'll cut it real quick.
My village pit was in my village pit. Home, I'm not just a son.
You gotta get on the city too.
They're going to be selling pizza. Insane. Talks all the time.
My grandson,
So we're just chasing around.
Yeah, why don't you just lay flat and we'll walk over you?
little boy.
You didn't hear me.
Sorry.
Never, lay flat and we'll walk over you.
Nah, you can step on it.
Okay. Well, it's not doing much good.
I'm like, yeah.
It'll be another comment I made.
How do they do it?
I told friends that, it's good that you guys, they at least have something in there.
And they told him that he couldn't get it.
Really,
Not in it.
yeah. And so they
By no means.
problems with this cell mate, problems with this cell mate, so they just put them together. So, it's all good. Well, at least they know that if they get into a fight, between the two of them, they'll just stab each other. These are the stabbing. You guys just need to get there. Do what you gotta do. Just not get any problems. Yeah, he hasn't been out that big. It's on March 2025. It's December.
They want to have a resolution.
Happens and say that it's our reception. Yeah. So.
See, they got it at their auction. That's what they want.
So we were looking at, it's like 2004, like taxes went up from like taxes this year.
Ours went up to over 1,500 on that damn house we lived in. Yes, I'm serious.
But concentrated God's house, that's looking at the estimated, whatever they send out. Values.
You can't do that. It's on the council.
I'm telling you, these people, I was on it, I know what they do. They're the crookedest damn bunch I ever seen. They have Dana is on. He's already.
She's been trying to do that.
So now they're trying to get him on this prosecution. Yes.
Well, technically, she's on
No, they shouldn't, and this city lets them do that, and it's not right. It's a conflict of interest. But you can't get anybody in this town to help you.
Who do you go? I mean, who do you go to about the?
You have to go to the state. It has to be turned in. So we need tomorrow, I'll call them. I'll call them before, I'll call them later.
really shot it. Gets better.
That's another thing. They put him on the big guy.
Well, we're standing right to the county.
Because they have those other three.
Yep.
Other guys, 3 of them, the first 2, 3 months ago. And they got native locked up for the last 3 months.
I ain't going really.
They held it for 3 months.
I'll tell you what, him to take
He probably went out for it again. He knows he's in trouble.
I don't like to scare them. And I was thinking, do you want to take a picture? Do you want to take a picture?
Bowling ferry goes to those semis, especially if you have 3 or 4 back to back. Oh.
I'm like,
Wailed on the fucking horn, and by the end he started on the shoulder, one shoulder of the razors.
I don't wonder what they must have been that long, I think. And they're supposed to be looking for me. I'm like, how hard is
Yeah,
it?
right.
I'm like, how hard is it?
Oh, fuck that shit.
He was sitting right over in the backyard.
My leather, my chest and shit was warm. I had my single leather on. But man, the rest of me was fucking numb.
They're like, we'll go look for him, but we're not going to go door to door looking for him. And I said, well, isn't that your job?
Well, like, old wings have ears.
I knew that's what they call it on.
That's my neck line.
He was sitting right there. He said his hat was on fire. He was running down the alley.
Oh, I came out from the back door, what was it, last weekend? Or it was like 5 or 6 days ago. And I went to that room and I heard Mandy's voice. I was already having a bad day because Rick was already over at the house knocked out. And I stood outside and there's Mandy standing there. I said, what do you think you're doing? I just went off.
He was back there throwing something at my dog. I just rocked it with the pump. Boom! His ass diving in trouble, open up his rod. You fuck with my dogs again. I will come over there.
Well, he's out there. He stole my bike. He stole my bike. He stole my dad's bike. He did all some stuff. And I just laid it up. I'm like, nobody wants you around. I said, where's my bike? Oh, I borrowed it. I said, did I give you permission? He's like, well, I borrowed it without your permission. I said, that's stupid.
Yep. He says he does, but he get away with it because he works for the police.
That's what he told me in fact too.
I told him, hey,
That's what he tells everybody.
I hope it's my sick.
I told him when I went off on the back. I was like, hell no. I said, how's he gonna get away with it? I said, oh, because he said, he goes, well, come on, and give me a little slap my house right now. I said, I know you burnt it down.
Yeah.
He did. And he goes,
Sit right there watching burn it.
and I said, how is it you get away with everything? I said, oh, I know how it is you get away with everything. I said, you work for the cops, you told me, and I go, well, I was just teasing. I said, no, you weren't. And I told him, I said, there's no trespassing signs on this property. I said, get off the property. I said, I'm not going to use, oh, you need to call the police. I said, I don't know, I'll call the police. I said, you need to laugh. Because I came home 2 months ago. I went out the last hour to talk to my dad who's over at Rick's house. And I came back and Mandy's standing in the back. And I was like, what are you doing here? And he didn't say anything. I said, get out of here. She was, what do you do? I walked in the house.
You got no truck that time?
Yeah.
You got a right to stand her up.
Yeah,
I tried to have right there.
I went and grabbed
Raymond was it for you.
I know. I went and grabbed my baseball bat and I said, either get out of here, or I said, I fear for my life. I said, it's your choice. And the other night, the day when I was going off on him, I said, just stay in here. I said, stay with me. If you stay with me, I don't want you around me. Manny. And he goes, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I was like, I don't want to hear you say this. I said, just quit doing what you're doing.
I can't believe, you know, county judge, that's the bad.
My mom yesterday kind of
That house is like stinks.
His house?
Yeah.
we are.
House is always been in the
Oh, is it, oh, because inside of it or whatever?
The ceiling's caved down. I went by there today. It's caved down.
Well, before,
He's living in the garage.
they said, I just need a place to stay. I said, don't look at me.
You go down to the
But I gotta watch that because I think I caught.
And I told him, I said, people ask me, and I did tell him, I said, if I find out that you said anybody's name, I said,
Trying to find her one
I'll probably
that
come back
cat.
to
Dawn says that they don't open Joe.
you can go away.
Goes back
So go back to go over to rock.
He knows just who he can mess with.
He said today.
He don't mess with me.
A lot, so told
I
us.
don't think he's messing with me, because I told him, I'm not.
Well, Leah went after him with a knife, didn't she? That one time.
Yeah, Rick and I went after him with a screwdriver one day. He was like, he was in the alley. He goes, you saw about your grandson anymore? And I said, fine, why? He goes, wouldn't he die if something happened to him? It was in my hands. And I lost it. I'm like, shit. I ran after him with a screwdriver.
He made me red like that. He wouldn't even have a chance to crawl.
Yeah. He took off running. I was chasing after him.
I just sit at my house and hear everything that goes on in the garage. I don't leave the house.
He didn't broke into the neighbor's camp. Did you want to do your car? Yeah, I don't know if I should have tried to go right in. You should have called me. I would have
Sure
waited.
is a long 5 minutes. Maybe she meant 5 minutes.
He needs to be in Mark.
Oh, they didn't go to the graveyard.
He needs more than water. He needs a lot of help.
Then his mom takes up on him. And then we started looking for him. Yeah,
She hides him out.
This is my thing, okay, so everybody knows his initials. She was making sure that he had a place to live and food was there.
She
Why
brings
wasn't
some food and he throws it right back in her face.
Why wouldn't she be making sure his like, you think that she would try many ways to help of some sort? That's my opinion.
What do you think the granddaughter ran for?
Yeah.
But, oh, did she?
She finally come back. I think I've seen it.
Is that his sister's kid? I don't know. I just knew that he had a sister.
The one that was on Chicago, right? The first of all. Yeah. That's what.
She takes the food, it goes right back in her face. And I'm standing back there in my back gate. Why do you keep bringing food? He throws it back in your face. Talks about you like a dog.
Yeah, he
Not
does.
his mom. He said, "Talk to you." Say it again. I'll beat your ass. They got Brandon hanging out right there.
Oh, does he?
I told him, I should want to know about you.
That's a very, Brandon keeps coming over knocking on our door and I just don't answer.
He should be suing.
Yeah, he should. They were arguing in the middle of the street here 4 or 5 days ago over a kite. Because Brandon was flying his kite around.
And his nieces were on the corner across the street from us. He thought he was going to come over there like, nah, this burn. You ain't going to have to call me back. Then he going to start talking about the
And he's like, Brandon comes by one day and tells me this. He was scared of shit. I'm like, what? Back in the went off on that. It's like, you back around. I'm like, good. Okay, all right.
How about Brandon
Okay,
McMahon?
yeah, all right.
You know, he only got his ass beat the other night, about a week and a half ago.
Oh, right now. He like, I was outside with the dogs and he stopped me. He was like, something. I'm like, what? I was like, what do you want? He's like, well, Manny's afraid of me. This is a lie. And he's like, because you want to? I was like, well,
He must have got a call.
Yep.
there's something in like going on.
He's like, what is this meeting in the last about it? I said, try again.
Yeah, well, I heard that if they needed him, he had to go.
He was fucking with Brandy and Lakota, the girls that live with me. And they called me, and I went over to Lakota's brothers to meet them. And he come out of the shadow, started running his freaking mouth higher than a kite. And then I went to come home, and he went to charge at me on my damn bike going past him. I whipped that bike around and freaking parked right there in front of a bacon cap.
Hunter Thomas picked up the shovel and started running after him.
Oh, Hunter, okay, yeah, I know.
That's,
He went to charge me when I turned around and put my, as soon as I got my kickstand down and swung my leg off that bike, he took off running.
Hunter did, or?
No,
Oh, okay.
Brandon.
Okay, I got you for a second.
no, Hunter was after him with the shovel, he could have hurt him with the shovel.
Oh. Yeah, Brandon, like, knocked on the door, and I looked up, he told us he was around the don't answer. And then one night, I was like, he knocked on the door, and then knocked again, Dad was out back, really. So I was going out back to tell Dad, and I went to open the kitchen door to go, and there, Brandon was standing there. He's like, well, can I come in and hang out? I said, no.
Have you heard from your brother?
Yeah, I just talked to him.
What did he say about Megan? Never mind.
Yeah.
He can't.
Did you remind him that his calls are being recorded? He's got to watch what he says.
Oh yeah, he didn't really say anything,
Yeah.
like bad, but he was just like that he couldn't believe that, that she's doing that, that he can't believe that she's leaving the kids with. That's what he told me, is he's.
Oh, she's not now.
Oh, okay.
And I guess Wichita Protective Services.
Maybe that's why Rudy got it before.
It could be out of work.
Thank you. We'll be back in session, please. We interviewed 3 candidates for property officer, and I do appreciate everyone that stopped by for us. How does the council wish to proceed at this time?
I move we go back to the executive session for 10 minutes. Council and then. Second.
Okay. I'll recuse myself from
Okay. Second. Aye.
I heard you call her the dog. What's all that stuff? Probably.
Did it make it back home? Because my dog and he was saying, I didn't mess it down. I said,
They were at the house.
I guess he was going to different and knocking and banging on the door.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah, because he goes to that box all the
Yeah, because we went there banging on Mickey's door, demanding that she let him in there. Her place is safe and everything. And I heard him. She just wouldn't answer the door. And he was
they don't listen very well. No, they don't.
when there's something for the police stay in the garage and told us next door the door.
They don't listen to me.
She never called the cops.
She did. And I went there, she asked me, she might call me one night, she's like, I can call me cop. She goes, we're getting down, you know, so I walked down there and the cops came and she asked her for me to permit trespasser or something. Like, they're like, well, do you know where he's at? And she's like, well, he burnt his house down. Or this
You probably need to get that ordinance on the
And,
house so they can
the
see.
cop said that they
what it
would,
says in it.
keep an eye out for him. And they're like, well, we can't go door to door to find him. And I said, well, isn't that part of your job?
Just don't step on his glasses.
No, I won't do that.
Make
Step
sure
on
you don't
his.
fall. Why, you got your cane, man?
I'm 10.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, she told someone in the hospital, well, we'll kind of look for him, but we can't go door to door looking for him. And I said, wasn't that your job? And I told him, I said, how did he keep getting good at anything? And anybody else, the rest of us people are even doing.
He's on there.
Well, I said, he didn't tell me my dad works for the police department. And you know what the police officer told me? I said, so does he? He goes, I can't comment on that. That's my answer right there.
Bobby said that was suggested. I see you have a gate on.
So what happened when they walked in, so it was like hit Nick?
Oh, my good ones at the table. I'd fly through those things, I make them all the time.
Yeah, Don's got 5 pair of them for each one.
Yeah. I got a pair in the garage, a pair in the bathroom, a pair at the table, a pair on the nightstand. And I keep my good doctor glasses so they don't get all scratched up and broken.
Oh, baby.
I told you after I had my cataracts, I couldn't have good vision, but I like to work on the computer, so I got prescription lenses to get. I always tell the officer, well, I've got to put my glasses on to read. Or take my glasses off to read, sorry, I read.
Getting old for the birds, isn't it?
I don't know, ask Don, he's 86. And he has, he can't do like he used to, where he was driving the lawnmower.
Yeah.
But he does have a pastime, he does paint.
Yeah.
Imagine that career.
What do you do?
I see where his managers paint too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you turn your heat on, Mama?
Roger's a good painter.
Yeah, my heat on, I'm afraid it freezes to death.
That's all it's air conditioner.
I haven't been to Freedom to see his house.
I looked at, you know,
He was sneaking on the and he had some kind of a
Stick or something. He was yelling for Nick to come down. We're gonna send him a little bit.
He's your, supposed to parks a lot.
We're gonna let
I
Manny
never
live
know
with
where he's
you.
driving.
We're gonna let Manny live with you.
yeah, I was standing outside, I was letting the dogs out, and I saw a cop coming this way and going this way at the same time.
Oh, there's like four in the
Yeah, and then I was like sitting there, then I see one down in the corner, and then I'm like, okay, so I'm like, what is going on? And then I see an unmarked one coming up the side, I'm like,
Slows you down and gets you close to the car. Increase your green lines, like, what the hell is that?
Okay, come on.
Right into the one, two there, I think.
We will be back in session. We're finished the executive session with no action taken there. Does the council wish to proceed with the concept of hiring a property inspector? Property officer. Would I be correct in saying that we're interested in perhaps finding an individual, and we may thereafter discuss job description and compensation after the decision is made? Is that the view of the council? Once it gets quiet in here.
they're supposed to, but they
Danny, you have a, let me see it up.
Just as a matter of public information, Sharon informed me that the sheriff's deputy was called back to Hutchinson. More problematic areas there than there are here at the moment. He determined that his place needed to be in Hutchinson, or someone determined that.
I make the motion that we offer the property offer the job to James Joplin Jr. in the amount of $500 per month if he is interested.
Second.
Aye.
Aye.
Who is it?
Mr. Joplin?
I think he was sitting right here at 11. I think. Okay, I'm sorry.
Motion has been made and carried to offer you the position at this time. We're not, I am not completely clear on the legalities of a job description, but we will work that out with legal counsel and with your input as well. We have our salary established at $500 per month. I don't know if that's agreeable with you, but you need to let us know if you think that's way too much, while we can cut that down. So at this moment, that would be what we're offering to you. Is that reasonable?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll be working on a job description then over time. All right. Are you happy?
Oh,
Have we answered your questions?
You have to ask him a month after he's done it.
Excuse me, just a moment. Council, any more questions for Mr. Joplin? All right, very good. Ms. Richter, what was the question?
I said after a month of him doing it, you need to ask him
I
if
don't
he's still
hear you, I'm
happy.
sorry. I'm old.
Nothing.
Thank you. All right. Have we dealt with that situation?
What's next?
All right, we'll move on. We have a number of a vacancy on the city council. I asked interested parties to submit their names to the office, and we have a list of people who have indicated any interest in the position. I'm going to offer them a chance to speak. Do we need executive session for this, or should we
No,
just handle this in public?
it's an elected position, so it can't be an executive session.
Okay, thank you. Just as the people are listed here in no particular order, James Noel, I see you. Would you like to tell us what you bring to the table and how you feel about the?
Well, I mean, I'd like to start doing more stuff for the kids again. I mean, used to do movie nights in here, you know, I'd like to see the community get better than worse. You know, unfortunately, a lot of same blood on the council, people want new blood, you know, I don't blame them. But mainly try to get the kids something to do so they stay out of trouble. Right there in the community. What is there to say?
Thank you. I know James is always interested in the activities and generally here for council meetings. Lakota Thomas, is there
She's not here.
Lakota Thomas? This person is not here, and that's a lady, is that correct? She is not here. Mr. Colton Green, are you present? Step right up here, young man. I'm old and hard of hearing, so you have to use your outdoor voice like you're yelling at you.
Sounds good.
That's what you bring to the table.
I bring a younger, broader idea to the table. I've deployed, I've done multiple different jobs across the board. I've done all kinds of, from logistics to mechanicking. So I may be young, but my mindset is wider than it looks. That's all I got.
Could you, it seems to me that you might have a bit of an interesting, dicey situation, whereas our city clerk is closely related.
She is my wife, and
How do you plan to deal with that situation?
anything that has to do with her or her job or anything pertaining that, I would do as she did earlier today and just excuse myself from those things. And if need be, I would take it and I would say, without reservation that I wouldn't have any, can't think of the word.
You would abstain.
I wouldn't, put motion on her, like I wouldn't try to better her, yeah. I'd stay out of it as much as I could and have an unbiased opinion. That was what I was trying to say.
Very good. We are in a small town and it's very difficult to avoid
Yes,
conflicts
sir.
such as this.
Yes, sir.
And you just have to work with them as best you can. Very good. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate your input. Dennis Compton, did you come in? I thought you were here once, but do you wish to say anything?
Not right now.
I'm sorry?
Say not right now.
Okay. A person residing outside of the city limits can serve on the city council if they own property within the city limits. Do you meet that criteria?
What's that, sir?
Ken, he couldn't quite understand it. He couldn't hear you clear back here.
Okay.
Here, come over here.
That's all right.
A person residing outside the city limits can serve on the city council if they own property within the city limits. Does that apply to you? Are you in a situation like that?
Nope. I live outside the city limits, but I live in the township.
You're right outside the city limits, but yeah. We may have to overlook you in that case because that's what the rule is and what the ordinance is.
Okay, well, these rules that I read in the paper said it differently, so what can I say?
Yeah. All right.
Thank you for applying, though.
Thank you for applying, and you're gonna.
Thank you for applying anyways.
Dennis grew up here in town and was gone for many years, but now he's retired back here and he knows a lot of people and knows a lot of the situation here. I appreciate your
I've
your
been around a
input
little
as
while,
well.
about 45 years.
Yeah. Very good, thank you. Edie Green, have we ever met?
I think so, once or twice. I'm not related to the other Greens, so we're good for that.
Mrs. Green, and you're no longer purple.
I'm
As
no
you
longer
were.
purple,
Mrs. Green
no.
had a little bit of a car accident a month ago or so, and she was pretty much a bruise from top to bottom. And
Look like an eggplant.
I don't hear well, so you gotta yell at me. You gotta
come up here.
use your preacher voice. What do you feel like you bring to the table here for us?
A lot of knowledge from being on before, so I think I did pretty good when I was on before. I did some things for the city. I enjoyed being on council. About it. Just the knowledge that I have. I'm not afraid of research and look for better things for the city.
Thank you. Questions for Edie? She continues to serve us as our commissary of good works and helps with the food supplies in town and food baskets. Linda Brown,
Go figure.
have we met?
Probably.
What do you bring to the table? What are your strengths and weaknesses?
Well, I can tell you qualifications if that's what you
Well,
want.
tell me your qualifications.
6 years on council, 6 years as mayor. Been doing things for the city since I moved here in '85. Was on the bicentennial committee, president of the EHU, president at the church, administrator of the church. I've done things with the city I was on the park committee, president of that. I've tried to help the city out. I helped do the ARPA project for the city.
EMT?
I was an EMT.
Don't forget that.
Thank you, Rick, very much. So I think I qualify, if nothing else. Okay,
Very good.
all right.
Do you have a conflict of interest with any of the
Nope.
other council members?
Nope, we don't live in the same house and we don't always agree. That's what happens
When you
when,
did live in the same house, did you always agree?
we didn't agree when we lived in the same house either. You know, teenagers.
Christopher West, are you here?
Nah.
No. He had a heart attack.
I'm proud
Christopher
of it.
West had to put in his name.
He didn't make it tonight because he had a heart attack Thursday.
He did.
Yes.
He had a heart attack Thursday.
Thursday.
He's home now. He's on doctor's rest orders.
Heart attacks tend to go with this job, though, don't they?
Yeah.
We were just supposed to get him to the hospital.
Even
We
when he's
did.
not the one guilty.
Okay. Did we have any other late covers or other people that were interested?
It's the council that doesn't know them anyway.
We're awfully quiet. In the interest, legal counsel advises me it's my job to recommend someone or nominate someone, and you may, the council may accept or reject that consideration.
So you make an appointment, the council needs to approve it, or if they don't, they have to pass a resolution finding that the person's unfit. And if they don't do either of those within 45 days, it's deemed that they've been appointed and approved.
I will appoint Colton Green to this position. And the council will have, what he said, you have 30 days to accept or reject that nomination. Is that correct?
They can approve it tonight. If they don't approve it, they don't do anything within 45 days, then it's deemed that they've consented to it and it gets approved. So you can either
Keep it in the background.
approve it tonight, do nothing tonight, and then come back next month and either approve it then or pass a resolution finding that he's unfit or unqualified. Those would be the.
So, council, it's in your hands now, it's to you. You may approve if you wish, or if you don't wish to approve at this time, you will come back at some point later with a motion of disapproval. And we will start the process over.
So do we just need a yay or nay? Is that what we're going off of?
The motion to approve it, the second, and the yea or nay vote on it.
You all make the motion to approve Colton Green as to fill the city council vacancy?
I'll second it.
Aye. Congratulations, Colton.
Mr. Green has, when does that take effect? Immediately or
Immediately.
next month or right
Go
now?
up. Go up.
Right now? Mr. Green, congratulations to you. The work is hard, the hours are long, the pay is poor, and the boss is mean. Other than that, it's a pretty good job. Congratulations to you. All right, I'm moving forward. I'm not moving forward.
So you need to write your name, council member, and then you need to say yes.
He does that now?
Yeah.
Because if I'd have known he was left-handed, I would have read it.
Yeah.
I, Colton Green, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of Kansas, and faithfully discharge the duties of the council member, so help me God.
Thank you. Welcome aboard. That comes back here. a place in the agenda that calls for guest speakers. Just for the moment, I'm going to go out of order, and I'm going to call on Mr. Michael Robinson. Mr. Stan Yucky retired from the position as a municipal court judge in an attempt to solicit the interest in the municipal court position. We sent out, I sent out letters to numerous attorneys around in the area. Mr. Robinson has replied that he would like to be considered for the position of a municipal court judge. So, Mr. Robinson, if you'd like to come forward and tell us about yourself. I believe you're the county attorney in Stafford County.
He dresses.
Does that mean you reside in St. John then, or?
No, actually, I live in Hutchinson.
You live in Hutchinson.
I grew up in a small town. I understand small town issues. I'm the Haven City Judge. I'm the Hutchinson City Prosecutor and Stafford County Attorney. So I wear a lot, and I have a private practice on the side. So a lot of hats. Run a lot, but that's all right. But you know, I was talking to your council, and like Hutch Municipal Court, every other Friday we either have, it's either Animal Control Day or Property Code Enforcement Day. So I'm used to dealing with those issues. Same thing over in Haven. You know, they have their own code for those issues, and so I'm comfortable dealing with those. I'm familiar. It's nothing new to me. But I just thought it was an interest, and I offered to come. And if anybody had any questions, or
Appreciate you coming out tonight. We kind of
wanted to put a face with a name, you can put a face with a name. And if you have questions, I'm happy to answer whatever you'd like. But that's kind of me in a nutshell.
Very good. We have been paying and compensating our municipal judge on a fee for service fund, and it was a flat fee of $200 when we had court, which may only have been once or twice a year, or something like that. So that's kind of where we're at. That's kind of negotiable. If you can get
well, the only thing I will say is Haven pays me $2.25 per court session.
Per court session, yeah.
So I figure that's kind of the going rate. They don't pay me mileage, they don't pay me insurance, they don't pay me retirement, any of that stuff. It's just straight. When I show up, it's $2.25.
And I did mention that we've only had court 4 or 5 times or 6 times in the last 3 years, maybe. So it's
sure,
not
sure.
And
I don't know what day of the week or night of the week that you have court, but my schedule's somewhat, you know, with my other obligations in other places.
Something we have to schedule with you.
But yeah, if you're scheduling a special setting, if you'll just call me and say, hey, can you be here on next Wednesday night or whatever, my evenings are always free, and days, you know, most days I can work stuff into my schedule. So.
Any questions for Mr. Robinson? Now does the council wish to proceed?
It's another one where you appoint him, then the council approves it.
Thank you. I'm very happy to appoint Mr. Michael Robinson to be the municipal judge for the City of Turon at this time. I return to the council for approval or disapproval.
I'll make a motion that we use Michael C. Robinson with Bell Robinson, attorney at law, for our municipal court judge with a pay of $2.25 for each court session.
I'll second.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. You're welcome, more than welcome to sit for the rest of the evening.
It might get interesting.
See what you're getting into. But actually, I think officially we're probably finished For you, is there anything else you wish to add or contribute? or-
Nope. Thank you all, and if anybody has questions,
Thank you for your interest in the positions.
give me a shout. And someone will call me.
You're acquainted with Mr. Lynch?
Yes. And I assume somebody will call me the next time you need a
Oh, we
session.
haven't on it.
So, I think my information was, okay, yeah, I talked to her on the phone, so.
This is Mrs. Green, she's closely related to Mr. Green.
There you go.
She's city clerk for us.
Well, I think everybody has my phone number, but yeah, just give me a shout and we'll get it set up.
Thank you so much.
Have a good evening.
Thank you, good evening. The representative from Nisley Company would like to hold forth and make a speech. Did you bring cookies?
I did not.
Shame on you.
No cookies? No cookies?
Oh, my goodness.
I'm old and hard of hearing, so where's your outdoor voice?
All right, well, we've been here doing trash since 1986. And by the way, young Colton here should be on the radio, not doing whatever you're doing now. But we've been here since 1986, doing trash, so I don't need to extol our virtues or anything like that. The things that you care about here, we're a little bit different than Waste Connections. We're local. We're still a family-owned company in Reno County here. One thing we do, a little thing, is we have a wind latch on our carts to just keep the wind, helps keep the wind from blowing over a little bit. The things that you really care about, I know, are price. And so right now you're paying $14 a month. And so what we're proposing is we're incentivizing the 10-year term, and that would be $15 a month. And if it was a 5-year term, $16 a term. And we've always been trying to figure out a way to make just fair increases. So what we've started doing in our last few contracts is doing water, sewer, and trash CPIs. It's a specific CPI. And so we would just raise that. If on a 10-year contract, we would raise that according to that CPI every 2 years. And on a 5-year contract, we would raise it every year. And so, any questions? I don't really have a whole lot else to say. You guys have had us for a long time.
Any questions? And your name is not Nisley.
Merrill Yoder.
Merrill Yoder. Any questions for Mr. Yoder? So you're proposing a $1 per month?
That's correct. That's correct.
And
Yeah,
that's-
prices are going to spiral
It's
out of
going to be
control.
guaranteed or locked in for how many years?
Well, it's not locked in. It's a CPI increase. For the 10-year contract, every 2 years, a price raise, and if it's a 5-year contract, once a year. So we try to incentivize a 10-year contract. So Herschel doesn't have to worry about this 10 years, or we don't have to worry about it 10 years, and you don't have to worry about it.
All right. Very good. Any questions for Mr. Yoder?
Well, in the spirit of the season, I just ask for your vote. That's all.
Okay. Thank you. And someone from Stubbins. Did you bring cookies?
I didn't this time. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Okay, I'm old and I don't hear well, so you have to state your name and use your outdoor voice.
Herschel West, the Student Refuse. I brought Dylan Crabtree. He's our district manager for Student Refuse. He's with me just in case I missed something. He'll be able to answer or
He knows all the answers that you
yes.
don't have.
Herschel generally covers everything, though. He does pretty good.
Very good.
Well,
What good news do you bring?
Thank you for giving us a chance to bid the service for the City of Turon. We will make sure you guys benefit from our experience and commitment. We've been in business for over 60 plus years. Merrill said that they're local. We're also local. We're a corporate-owned company, but we're as local as they are. All of our employees live in Reno, Rice County. Delvin's been with the company for 30 plus years. So we believe that we can provide a quality service for the city. They provide a quality service, and we can also do the same for you. I want to go over a little bit about our pricing. We offered 3 options, a 5-year, 7-year, and a 10-year option. And with a 5-year option, we would start out trash and recycle at $12.50 a month. $12.50 a month. Correct. And right now, every customer has recycling and trash? or do they have the option?
It's just who wants it. It's whoever
On
requests
recycling,
recycling.
Okay, okay. So we have the $12.50 per month for trash and recycling. If they don't want recycle, it is $9.50 a month.
How often do you do the recycling?
Every other week.
Every other week.
Same
as what we're
service.
doing now.
Correct, correct.
Trash is every week, but recycling is every other week.
Yes. And I just did some math. We will do a 3% increase instead of a CPI with a 5-year agreement every year. For the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th year will be a 3% increase. And I did some math. And if you have trash and recycle, your price in the 5th year will be $14.08. 5 years. Going to the 7th year, we would the rate would be $12 because we'll give you a better price for more time. So for trash and recycle, it would be $12 a month for trash and recycling. And if you just want trash only, it's $9 a month. And in a 7-year agreement, we'll lock the rates in for 2 years. So there's no increase for 2 years. And then we would give a 3% increase in years 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I did some math on that. And in the 7th year, your rate would be $13.93 in year 7.
7th year.
7th year, $13.93. Option 3 is a 10-year agreement, and our price for trash and recycle is $11.50 for a 10-year agreement. And we would lock that rate in for 3 years, and a 3% increase each year after that on the anniversary date. And I figured the math again. On the 10th year, that trash rate would be $14.17. And we would also allow 5 additional bags next to the trash cart. So some weeks, trash may get a little heavy. If you have some trash bags, you can set them next to the cart. We'll pick those 5 bags up. And I'm sure on the recycled materials, probably the same that they do right now. So the materials that you normally put in your recycle cart are probably the same what we ask, same materials.
And all that's processed in South Lodge. We've got probably the largest recycling facility in probably 3 states around. Actually, we're the only one in the state of Kansas. It's an actual processing center. So, yeah, and that's where they bring their recyclables to us.
Some additional service that we'll offer at no cost to the city is that we will provide service for all the city-owned facilities. So if they need a trash cart or a container, that service would be at no charge.
That would be a large dumpster.
Well, for the city cleanup,
Yeah.
we will provide city cleanup in the spring and the fall, 2 40-yard roll-offs in the spring and 2 in the fall, and at no cost to the city for disposal or haul. If you go over the 2, there will be additional costs. And then we'll also provide 95-gallon trash cart service for any kind of special events you have throughout the year. So if you need, we'll provide 25 carts up through the year. So if you need 10 carts for an event, we'll provide that at no cost. You can deliver them on a Friday, pick them up on Monday, because usually events are on the weekend. So we do that at no cost.
Question for Everett, is that what we're getting now? 1 40-yard dumpster? Twice a year?
From Nice.
From Nice, yes. We're getting 1 twice a year?
Last year we dumped it like 6 times.
Yeah. But we dumped it, yeah.
Like
I mean, they
6
give
times.
us, Nicely gives us the one for spring, but we might dump it 6 times.
Okay.
And that's fine. We will provide 2, and if you dump it just 2 times, there's no cost. But anything over that 2, there will be an additional cost.
And that's twice a year that we're giving, so that's a total of 4 throughout the year. Yep.
Thank you.
And do you have any idea what the cost would be over the 2?
$195 a haul.
I made it through part of it.
And we would also provide a shred day. I don't know if you guys would use this, but we'll bring out some carts and a truck, so you can bring your secret documents, but, you know, rather than have documents that need to be destroyed, we can get those shredded for you. We'll do it on a Saturday once a year. Once you take a Saturday, and if we can agree to it, we'll be out here for 3 hours, from 8 to 11. To take care of that for you, and no cost.
Hey, your legal team, they got a lot of shredding.
I was thinking some folks who may want to do their marriage license.
Maybe.
Any more questions for the gentleman from the United States?
Deuces. That's why I didn't bring the cookies.
If you guys have not ever toured our plant, we would encourage you guys to come tour that plant. The recycle plant, very, very updated. I mean, we've got 7 robots in that plant, 14 employees in there. It's amazing. It truly is. Everybody should recycle.
When does our contract end? Does an existing contract, do you know, at the end of the year?
At the end of the year.
When do you need to be informed?
Well, whatever works for you guys.
The day before the end of the year?
Not quite that late. We would have to have time to get things set up if you chose to go with us. So, yeah, I mean, we would want to provide the city adequate service and not be a delay in anything in that transition if you guys chose to go with Stevenson's Refuse. So maybe probably a 30-day at least. That would get us where if we need to order carts or whatever, then we have enough time to get stuff in. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd say at least mid-November, just to be on the safe side, because who knows, I'm gonna get an influx of an order.
We're getting close to November.
Yeah, so mid-November.
Yeah.
Would be great, but
Okay.
impossible.
And I think Herschel gave everybody what we proposed. I think everybody's got a good plan.
Any other questions? Ms. Richter, did you have
I just wonder, what day do you pick up on?
What day would you like us to pick it up?
Don't ask me.
So we're looking at Tuesday for both trash and recycling. Of course, your trash is every week, recycles every other week.
Well, that's important because, you know.
Yeah, we used to have it on Monday.
Yeah.
On Monday?
Yeah,
And then they switched it.
to Thursday, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes that does happen.
That's why I asked because, you
Yeah.
know, it does matter to us.
Well,
Sure.
I always forget to put it out.
Yeah.
Well, we're creatures of habit, so.
Yes.
Once we get into kind of a routine, it's tough for old people to make those changes.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd have a decision in the next 30 days?
Yeah.
Any questions for us? Any
Questions for these
concerns?
If somebody, do you have a price rate if somebody wanted 2 trash dumpsters?
Yes.
$4. I haven't got that far. He's right there, I might as well ask him.
$4 for additional trash cart and $3 for additional recycle cart.
And is that same for 5, 7, and 10?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Ms. Richter.
I do have another question. I know that Nisley's offers a free pickup for like if somebody bought a house and a lot of stuff was left. Do you also offer that?
It's a good question. So we call that a bulky pickup, and we would offer that once a week for that bulky pickup, as long as one man can accommodate that.
At no cost.
If it's 2 guys, then of course we need a little notice. Call the office, set that up with us, and where we got 2 guys that come out. You know, if you're looking at like freezers, deep freezers, stuff like that.
Well, I mean, we live in Turon and sometimes you buy a house and the people that live there left their stuff.
Worn out couch,
Yeah.
old furniture and stuff.
Yeah.
You get that scheduled with.
Piano or something like that.
We don't do pianos.
If you get that
No,
scheduled
we
with
got
us,
it.
we'll, if the one driver can get it, we'll do it at no charge.
piano.
We have to make a special pickup.
No, you could have a piano. You could do a piano, but that's 2 guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
then that'd be
definitely 2
additional
guys.
cost.
And then
It's
do we just
$25.
call and notify you that we have a special pickup?
The city would
Call the
notify.
city and then they would call us.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Ms. Fleming seated here. She has a small business that she operates. Is there an extra charge for a small business?
For commercial, there is a charge for a commercial cart. Is that what you have? Or a commercial container?
She uses the
I
regular
just use a
container.
regular.
Okay, that's, commercial, it's a little bit more expensive. It's, or just the cart by itself is $12.
Okay,
If you want to cart and recycle, it's $14.50
okay,
a month.
that's fine. That's what I need to know.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what
Any
I'm
other
opening
questions?
again, but
You pick up on holidays?
No.
We're running daylight due to the fact that the landfill's going to be
Do you
closed.
provide a calendar that shows?
Yes,
the
we do.
days that
Yep.
you serve?
So no throwing your wife out on Christmas Day, they're not gonna pick her up.
We'll do what?
Okay. Any more
Kind of depends what the wife looks like,
questions?
right?
Going once,
You'd say,
Depends on what the wife looks like, right?
probably not.
cookies next time.
I will.
Cookies next time.
yeah, I need you.
You got it.
I'll be sure to bring you.
Thank you
some.
for your time. We do
Thank you.
appreciate
Thank you guys for letting us speak and come here.
Yep.
And thank you
Thank
for
you.
answering my
Appreciate your
questions.
service.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, I do got a question.
We got.
Do you guys offer any special deals, like we got some houses that may need torn down?
We will. So, I mean, those haul rates, depend, demolitions of landfills gonna charge you a demo fee. And if it's clean material, that's $10 a ton. If it's mixed with like your general household trash, that goes $20 a ton. I don't know what our cost would be coming out here for that, but it would be
Did you wish to
a pretty
speak to
good
this
rate.
question as well?
I would like to know from you too.
House
Do you guys-
demos.
We would just do a roll-off.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, 40-yard roll-off, is that we would do the same thing. Yep.
All right. Going once again, going twice.
Have a good evening, gentlemen.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate your input. Thank you. I will mention in passing once again that we do maintain the city maintains a brush deposit area for tree limbs and grass trimmings and yard waste and that sort of thing. Anything, I did post this in the Facebook page, that anything other than organic stuff or yard waste or tree limbs is prohibited by, I assume that's a state statute or at least a county statute or some sort. So thank you. So if there is an inspector person that comes and takes a look at that periodically to make sure that we're abiding by the proper regulations, so.
And
Anything,
if
any
we
type
get
of,
caught again, they're gonna shut it down.
any type of, if there's a pop can out there or a soda bottle or any type of demolition waste, particle board or 2x4s or windows or anything that might not be yard waste can get that shut down for us. So
The person that's doing it should get a fine.
I'm sorry?
The person that's doing it should get a fine.
You can catch them.
Should. If and when that happens, our guys have to spend time sorting it out and putting it on their own trailer and spending a little time hauling it to the dump and back, and there's a tipping fee for that, and so it just doesn't need to happen. It just doesn't need to be that way. So please bear in mind, I put a nasty note on the Facebook page to that effect. I hope people read that and take it seriously. That could be could result in the loss of the burning site, so that would be a bit of an inconvenience, so please take that to heart. All right, I'm ready for a water bill here. Ready for the water bill? I'm sorry? We have none, no water bill here. Okay. Audience comments, any other audience comments about 5 Stevens that door? Mr. Lumley.
This goes back to the trash service, or no, not really trash service, about the water bill. Of course, we all know the water bill kind of messed up this month, but It occurred to me, and Nison's reminded me that, I think I heard here at a meeting that the city is adding a quarter to the trash service bill. Did I hear that correct?
The city doesn't, they are.
I thought I had heard that they were charging their bill and the city added a quarter onto that. Instead of $1.50 like they're doing now. That's correct?
That seems to me.
I mean, you're adding $1.50 to it. I mean, isn't everybody getting charged $15.50 for basic trash?
Yes.
Yeah. But we're paying nicely $14. So I thought I had heard that at one meeting y'all said, well, we just add a quarter to it for processing on the trash bill. But, you know, $1.50 is kind of excessive, I would think, anyway. So, it's on your water bill, it says trash.
How much do we pay?
We pay nicely 14, he just said so. But we're paying,
My trash bill right here is $31.25 for 2 trash.
well, it's supposed to be 15. But anyway, that's what it's been every month for, I only checked back to this last year, I don't know how many years it's been doing this, but, you know, at $1.50 extra, you know, there's a couple $1,000s that,
Into the city.
goes somewhere and who knows where it goes.
Look into it.
Okay.
Well, you might go back up there.
Huh? Well, yeah, I guess I might as well talk about my water bill, because I was the one that caused trouble this week. This is my bill that I got sent to me. You guys might want to look at it. And it said you guys charged me $62.50 for trash. That's what my bill came in and said. And I was kind of upset when I came in here. And $148 for water, which I had a water bill. And then I had $37 for sewer and $11.12 for tax. You guys tell me what that tax is. What sales tax do you guys charge me? What tax is that for?
Business.
I don't know what. Somebody's gonna tell me.
Business tax.
Business tax?
Business tax.
We own the well.
A business tax.
She has a small business out of her property.
Well, how come you
Every
guys
business
aren't
that
charging everybody else a business tax? Because I know nobody else's business is paying it, I've already checked into it. Just Granny Sweet Tree is the only
Every
business.
business in town pays the business tax.
People that have a business pay.
The post office.
The post office don't.
I don't know about the post office, but the other restaurants in the Turon Mill and I don't know what that is.
Do you guys have a federal number for that tax? I'd like to have that number,
I'm just saying the post office is
So I
a
can
federal
check.
building, so I don't know.
because I think I have a right to that number. So I can check and make sure you have that number. Because I don't foresee you guys having, I've never heard of it. You've not heard of one. You guys don't know nothing about it, you just said that, you didn't know about business tax.
I thought you meant you were getting charged.
I am getting charged.
Okay, I understand.
$11.20 is a little high for a business tax, I think.
I mean, I don't know what the percentage is. I know they said they had charged business taxes if you have a business, so I don't know.
With the business tax for business is set fee.
So how do you figure that? You're charging my business, the whole business tax.
And it's connected to your house.
change based on the usage.
Yeah, but I have to go with that, because I'm not, I mean, I looked at it, but I need to understand it better. I can really got more.
You have your bill for the month before, is the tax the same?
No, it's taxed every month.
I know, but is it the same amount every
No,
month?
it's different every
So
month.
then it's a percentage.
$2.93 the month before.
The reason, but the bills was moving us up,
Right,
so that, it's not the right number.
but the amount's the right number, just the amount wrong.
So that tax is based on usage, but since the bills got combined from last month and this month, it was way
Put out. So it says 11 people, it'd be like almost 55 something. You get it up.
You want to take care of it?
Hey, yeah, we'll look at it.
Okay.
Turn in the documents.
Is that the corrected bill, or is that the one that was messed up, that everybody's got messed up
I
because
don't
of the
have a
Jayhawk?
I don't have a corrected bill. I paid what I owed, what she said I owed.
She gave you a printout with the right numbers.
So.
I think Kim wants you.
She gave her a printout of the right numbers.
They have copies of them. She has copies of them. I don't give my bills away. I have to have for proof.
I am here to speak for my cousin, Smith deal. We have cleaned that house and stuff, and we have had the water meter shut off, which should be 100% gone and done with the water and everything and all services. We went ahead and had the trash can picked up. We know we gotta pay for it this month, but we wanted to know if we could have the trash service taken off from now on, because we will not have, it's done and cleaned. There will be no more trash service until the house sells.
Whose house?
For Nolan Smith.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It says that if you have service, you gotta have trash, but we even had the water meter shut off. We're gonna go ahead and pay the bill for it, but there's no resident, there's no, we went ahead, we're gonna pay trash service for this month, but we went ahead and had the water meter shut off because we should be 100% done. It's cleaned out.
Well, I say if there's no water, you don't need trash, so.
We were keeping the water on just in case something happened and there was a leak or anything, but we did have the water shut off at the meter. And there will be no resident or anything at all until it sells.
You just want to leave the water active, but leave it shut off with no trash cans.
Yep.
I would say it's all right if it's, I mean, it is a vacant home, so there should not be any usage in it.
How do you wish to proceed? Is there a motion to address this issue or not address it?
I make a motion to allow the Nolan Smith estate to have active water, or have water service, but we can take the trash off since there is no one living in the home.
Aye.
That was Dan.
Aye.
Anything else before we turn to the treasurer? Madam Treasurer, the floor is yours. Use it wisely.
Okay. I did, August, and I did September, so you're now caught up. the bank statements.
Which one should I be looking at first?
Whichever one you want.
Well, pick one. Is there anything to highlight in August?
No, there's not anything, it's just,
Anything to highlight in September?
the highlights.
These are items we can just pour over when we have these on there.
Yes. Yes. And then I've also included the year to date.
Yes, thank you.
That you had asked for.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
We must have had a lot of income though in September because we went from a deficit of $9,000 to a profit of $41,000.
It changes every month.
Well, I certainly, what, did we receive tax stuff from the county or something, with the tax receipts or?
I'm gonna start with that.
$22,000 came in.
So, anyway, so the next thing is to try and do the worksheets like we used to have. You know, that would come to the actual, to the budget.
Yeah.
Which I know that's what you guys want, because that's what you all want.
Well, it makes it easier
This
not
is
to have
kind
to.
of tedious, yeah. So I just, am perplexed as to the figures that were used in the past and things were changed around. So I need to do a worksheet for 24. I don't, I.
Can you start that at 25? Would it be easier to wait?
Well, see, that's what, I'm not sure what my beginning figure should be, because this has been going on for years and years.
Since 21.
And,
Maybe
the ending balance usually is the start of the new year's beginning balance. It carries over month to month.
Yeah.
So right now, I don't know what kind of beginning balance to use. So I was in the storage room today, looking back to see when we actually started the worksheet, to see how they set up the beginning balance. So far, I'm back to 2013. So I have a ways to go yet to try to figure it out.
Is
But
there
once
any way the new accountant could help?
I have no idea. I have no idea. But see, that beginning balance carries over from month to month and then from year to year. And with all the stuff that they did and the mess ups, I mean, if you look at the E&Ls, you'll see that there's like a $775 credit for accounts payable. Well, that's been sitting there since July of 23. I have no idea what it is. But it was done in July. So it's just, you know, I want to start with good figures. So it's just trying to backtrack and find out when it was set up and how it was set up. It's like, I'm not going to different numbers.
I try to avoid doing this in my own business, but once in a while you gotta make a correction.
But I don't even know what to correct, you know.
Flip it over to
Yeah, you didn't make a journal
the
entry.
capital account or somewhere, either as a addition or a correction. or
As with the worksheet, I don't have any idea, you would know. That's where we're at now.
We're in a much better place than we have been. Thank you.
That's a laugh.
Questions for Ms. Earl? Questions or guidance or instructions from Ms. Earl?
Figure it out.
Figure it out. Well, I was thinking like, go back to January of 24, just leave the beginning balance 0, because then you put in your income, and you put in your expenses, and then it compares it to our budgeted amount. I don't know if that'll work or not. If they're your actual figures.
But it's real,
In
it's real money.
January, you would start with 0.
It's real figures that we can work with.
That's,
Can we call that new accountant?
I don't know, the gentleman that was with him took pictures of it, of our worksheet. I thought he was going to contact us.
Contact him and say, January's coming.
In one form or another, I can assure you that I will be jumping up and down and yelling. For the first of the year, we must have an audit. And now that the books are up in better shape.
Well, good luck on finding everything the auditors need. Because nothing.
At that point, maybe the auditors can tell us what they need. If we can't find it, they can tell us how to proceed.
Find the right auditor.
I mean, because things weren't filed as they should have been in past. Or even if we have a copy of it. Who knows?
Questions for the treasurer? Going once, going twice. Councilman Green, I will expect you to have these memorized by. I am moving on to the city clerk. Mrs. Green, speak to us about what's going on.
So I just want a clarification for the gym, for the Santa. It's okay that they use it, right? Don't need it. I know, I just need a clarification.
For what again?
For the Santa event. I just need for sure, because I also needed to ask for, they're doing, I don't know if you've heard, the library's doing a fundraiser, and they want to use the gym. It's November 16th. But that's what I'm asking, can they just use it, or do they need to do like the rent that we normally charge for it? Or I didn't know how you guys are going to proceed with that. So it's like kind of like a market, I think. She has a bunch of vendors lined up to come and like sell their stuff, like crafts.
Like a craft show.
Yeah.
It says we have 14 people signed up on it. 22.
And this is a fundraiser for the library? Are the vendors paying a setup fee? A booth rent?
Do the vendors know they have to have a tax ID?
Yes, it was on the paper.
Okay.
Yeah, she said the vendors are.
The paper said they were liable for their own taxes.
Well, we didn't get to have one year because of it.
On that paper, it says you're liable for your own taxes.
That's November 16.
Yes.
Well, I would say they have to pay to use it, whether we give them the money back or not, but in case there's anything to go wrong, it's under their insurance and stuff, not us.
So just the $25
What's
rail
it
charge?
cost to rent too?
I think it's $25, isn't it? Just
Well, it depends on if they, 'cause, I mean, they're gonna have tables in there, so it goes up if they have tables and chairs, or
Well, are they supposed to bring their own tables? Or are they renting tables?
We're renting tables.
They're renting tables. Yeah, I guess. So each person is renting or the tables, or the library is just renting, say, 20 tables? Is each individual vendor going to be liable for their own table?
It sounds like
she didn't go into that specific, she just said they had to pay a fee
You
to
wanna
be
clarify
able to
that?
get a table.
One of the tables and stuff. You know what I mean? Who's providing tables and chairs?
Oh, yeah. So they're providing a table.
Well, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, one table will be provided.
Yeah.
Can I clarify?
Table provided for you.
On the ad, it says that the library will provide the table, one table and chairs.
No, it doesn't say anything about chairs, just
Oh,
one table.
one table.
I said they pay whatever the normal rent is. We got an issue that one establishment got tables and chairs for free, and then another establishment had to pay to rent tables and chairs. I don't know where it came up that the first one didn't pay for it, but supposedly they've done it for years, but that's money, and that establishment should have been at this council asking permission. And they never have. Not in the time, like 8 or 9 years that I've been on this council, they've never once showed up and asked.
I believe because they gave us 10 tables to begin with when we first opened up, is why we gave them free tables. It was for a non-profit, where the other one was
So,
profit.
They should, it's money that has to go through the council.
They also give us spray that we use too.
They don't give it to us.
They do, don't they?
Yes,
They don't charge for the spray.
we have not been billed.
It's kind of like helping each other, not making a profit off it, because all they were doing was thanking the people that came to the mill. Where the other one was making money off each table, so they were making a profit.
So we're gonna charge the regular charge for the gym and then the price per table? So the liability is on them since they rented the gym. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
And that way, if it comes back that somebody didn't have a tax ID or something, they were the ones that rented the gym out. Not the city.
Does that need a motion or just agree, consensus? Do we all agree with that?
Tell me what we're agreeing on.
That they will be charged the regular rate for the gym rental and per table, however many tables they provide.
And they will be charged for tables. And do we have a going rate for those?
Whatever the ordinance is. Whatever the ordinance is.
I'd have to look, I don't know it off the top of my head.
And do we throw in the chairs with the table, or is it so much, is there a charge for chairs?
They never mentioned chairs to me,
There is a charge for chairs if you don't rent chairs.
so, and chairs if it happened. Okay, so, next thing I had someone call, and they wanted to know, they had bought, or they were thinking of, or had bought a property, and wanted to know if they needed a permit to demolish.
I don't think so. I mean, they need to make sure it's disconnected from water, gas, electricity and stuff. I think it's your own property, I don't think it's
No fee, no permit to demolish. Am I correct? Does need to be cleaned up and hauled off.
As long as it's disconnected. Okay. So then, we already talked about business tax, we'll do it more. So the kindergarten room. Yeah. It's kind of, so I found a contract and we did go down and look at it. I took the mayor down there. It's a mess.
It's a mess.
It's a very, very big mess. There's food everywhere, it's trashed in there, and she has not paid rent in a few months. They did come in and pay some, but it is not the complete amount for the rent. And in the contract, it is stated about late fees, and I did break the contract. So I didn't know what you guys wanted to do about that. The mayor has tried to contact her. I've tried contacting her and kind of got a response, but not really. Like I said, they did come in and pay some.
I never got an answer if you call someone and whatever answer the phone.
So
I'm going to go down and sweep the place up because it's a mess and there's food burning unsweepable.
Well, what's our legalities on going in there?
Well, can I see the contract? I don't think we will.
We're closer to being caught up on the rent than they were, but the contract states late fees. If we were to calculate all the late fees, they'd owe us another $1,000.
But that's,
At this point, we're not calculating the late fees, we're just calculating the months, and not caught up yet, but they're better than they were.
and the late fees are depending on how they want to calculate. Because he said it's a $10 per day late fee. Up until the 15th, and it's not paid in full, then we would have a right to evict it.
Yeah, so we could give a notice of eviction, you've got to give them 24 hours notice if you're gonna enter the property, so you gotta give them that notice before you go into it.
You can't go in for
Okay.
about 24 hours.
Yep.
Sharon, did he say he was gonna pay that at the end of the month or that end of that week?
He paid on one day and was supposed to come back at the end of the week.
Okay. Because I was in there when he came in. Yeah, I was there when he came in.
Yeah.
Is that 24-hour notice or something you would send, or something Kaylee would send, or?
It could just be a text or phone call saying, we're going to make an entry, inspections, repairs, whatever. Maybe they give 24-hour notice, whether it's if they don't answer, whether it's a voicemail, text, an email, whatever that you can take. It did, and then it continues month to month, as long as they keep paying.
And since they have, so the original contract expired last month.
The end of September.
And they have not paid, so can we go into the contract?
We give them, the notice of
Right.
terminated.
What are we doing about the late fees that are stated in there that they didn't report them for?
Well, I mean, it depends on how much you guys want to go after. Or if you want to terminate the contract and get it done with.
I'd like to get what's owed and then terminate the contract. Can you do that?
So we can terminate the contract with what's owed.
Right, that's what I'm saying, something like that, yeah. Because if they don't have any, you know, if they can't keep it up, that's, just makes problems for us. Mice and roaches and everything else, so.
The contract ended at the end of September, is that correct?
The original term did, yeah, that it says it can continue month to month, they keep making their payments.
And they're behind on the payments.
Yeah, we'd have to give notice that.
Have to give notice that we are terminating the contract
Correct.
in the 18th.
Correct.
So, and a normal letter accomplishes that, or is that?
That's something I can put together.
Okay.
If that's the route we want to go.
I thought I don't think we want to extend the contract anymore. That's my opinion.
You can see it and see it.
You wish legal counsel to go and prepare a in this contract and have it in the case?
Yes.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me know when I'm going there and see.
Okay, so, skipping over, trailer house permit fee. So it was brought up that someone had wanted to bring a trailer house in, and wanted to know like the permit and all that needed. I did find the permit application, but it did mention about application fee. Well, in the ordinance, it says the council decides that, but I didn't know where in the ordinance does it say how much. They don't.
Never been a fee or anything.
Yeah, there is
There was a fee for the trailer house?
Yeah.
There, when we brought our granddaughters in there, we had to remove it because the lady passed away and there was no title to the trailer. It had to be on a foundation, there was a fee, you had to have approval. I mean, yeah, it's there, trust me. There was a
I
lot
know
of-
there was all that other stuff, but
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a fee.
Oh, yeah.
know
I
the
had
council-
Michaela get you the ordinance, Dave.
Okay. The council right before me did that.
It's based on a fee and then also the valuation of the trailer. Michaela, how much does it cost to have the VIN checked? Was it like $20 or something to that effect?
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be like a car title.
So that person doesn't want to bring one in anymore, but I wanted to bring it to you guys just in case it happened again, because I didn't really have anything to go off of.
I guess we need to look it up, see if we can find an ordinance.
I don't think there was anything in the ordinance book about it. I don't know where we're going, I don't know where we're gonna.
It's a charter
We're
ordinance.
just going to have to come up with one, I guess. And I don't know how you would value something that, you know, if they gave $200 for the trailer, are you going off of that valuation? Or are you gonna go off what it actually, you know, it may be worth $10,000.
And if it's an application for a permit fee, I'd look at what it costs the city to process that application as far as cost of the inspection, time for the clerks to run it, and just base the permit fee off that.
So there would be the $20 fee to the county, and then whatever for the time that they put in.
Something like that makes sense to me, but it's, what's the city's cost to process the permit?
What are we inspecting for? I certainly think you want them manufactured after, what, 75 or something like that, when the specs changed on all the electrical wiring and such, and whether, I wouldn't think we want to allow anything older than that.
I don't know, I'd have to look at the permit and, that section of the code to see what we're looking for.
So how many hours do you think it would take to do like a game check and for typing up these permits? We're running a document type up, I know, but. Would you just call the county and give them that? Or would you actually have to take something up to the county?
I don't know, I've just done it on vehicles, where you take the vehicle to the sheriff's department, and they look at that. Well, if you want to send me the application, the permit, then we talk, try to figure out what all we think that is.
What is the question about the W-2s?
Okay, so obviously we had the W-2 before, is not doing the W-2s. Our accountant did suggest a name, but I know you guys want me to just look around more, talk to the guy who gave me the name of, or can we just come up with 2 months?
To do the W-2s, to be fair.
So I thought I'd bring it to you guys now just to think about.
Where's the guy from that you got the name? Is he
From the accountant.
Georgia?
He's in Hutchinson.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you talk to him by next month and maybe try to make a couple phone calls, see what you get, and we can know more then.
Yeah.
Is that all right with you guys?
The lady in South Hutch too. She's not a CPA, but she's worked in a CPA's office for years and years.
That's all I have.
You're going to skip over the disconnect day question? Okay, are we finished with your section?
Yep.
Thank you. Property officer, Ms. Brack, I'm looking at you. Any comments to make about the?
Checked some properties that had been on the list and had letters sent out. And I've given it to Michaela, the ones that are still needing attention, so.
Any further action we need to take? The guys have been doing some mowing and cleaning up in places. Non-legal matters and Mr. Lynch, Michaela had a question about a hearing or something like that.
Yeah, we sent out a notice of violation of the minimum housing code, and then under that ordinance, we set up a hearing in front of the council. If you got someone that wants to speak on that matter. This is January, our minimum housing code requires to live in a house if you ever hooked up to city water and sewer to have sanitary conditions. So that's the main violation that we've got.
My dad, we've been having a lot of water leaks, and my dad's health isn't all that great, so we haven't had water for a while, but we have been working on them. And he's on Social Security, so it's hard, for him to, because it costs money to do all that, and so he's just been working on it, so that's all I can really say about it.
Are you making some progress?
Slowly but surely, yeah. Yeah. So we're trying, ago. And so there's problems with the sewer thing because they're, and just one thing after another, so. Some of that can try and the best they can do it themselves, so.
And so the kind of the end, what we'd ultimately ask the council to find if we have the hearing on this, is that because it's not hooked up to the water and sewer, it's a violation of housing code, it's not fit for human habitation, we ask for it to vacate it. I'm not opposed to granting them some time to do this month. We've got a property officer now, so if they can get on board, start working with them, continue this a month, come back here next month and see where we're at, the progress is getting made. I don't have any issue doing that tonight, if that's okay with the council.
What is he needing? I mean, is he needing?
I really don't know, because he has a bunch of water leaks, and so he had a bunch of water leaks, and then he was trying to get them fixed, and then it would just be something else would.
Why didn't they, like, I know we have some, PVC pipe and fittings and things like that. I mean, if you're needing something like that, I can help you with, not a lot, how much we have, but I know we have extras.
I know when you moved in, the sink was leaking, you got that stopped. And I believe it's the bathtub now, is that right?
It's the bathtub, and it's the kitchen sink, and it's,
and there's no crawl space to get underneath, that's the problem.
Yeah, so I basically had to, he's been having to, try and pull up the bathroom floor partially to be able to even, work on it. And the shower, the space that you have to get in behind it is like a closet that's literally like this big. And so he's just been having a lot of problems with it, and he's just.
And I know that you had bought the house from tax sale, but the previous people that lived there was renting it, and they poured concrete into the stool. They were mad they got kicked out, so they poured cement in the stool.
And I know that we've been having, before that we were having issues with the sewer because there's like a hole or something out on the thing, so he had been trying to fix that, and he got that part fixed. It's the bathtub and it's the bathroom sink, because the bathroom sink, if you have it all connected like it's supposed to be, when you use the kitchen sink backs up into the bathtub. So it's just been one thing, right after another. So that's, and his bill went from being like $50-some a month to it got to almost $200 a month, and that's why he couldn't afford it.
I have a question. How much would the city charge them for the backhoe to go over and dig up that sewer line? Because I think what I'm saying about the sewer line is that it caved in.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
How much would they charge for the backhoe to go in and dig the trench? Do they charge by the hour or what?
What's the hour?
Concrete and stuff, right?
But yeah, but he is, he's trying. And I didn't know that there had been concrete got something to it for it, so.
Yeah.
I just know that and the water lines, like the hot water lines, go from the hot water heater, they're all on the outside of the walls. And it's all, and it's just, and it seems like it's just a big mess. But that's not
Well, if he needs any, like I said, any pipe or fittings, I can maybe help him out with some of that, but I don't know. I don't know what else we can.
I'll go and check it out for him, Dana. I'll go over and check it out and get a list. People can pitch in. I have some pipe also that I was gonna donate. So,
Have you checked any of the programs for low-income people that's out there?
I've been checking in, you know, to different ones and.
I gave them the one that came around and did the painting and they,
Right.
but the money's gone
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah.
And then they'll start the list again next year. Because we were on the list for help because of Craig's cancer coming back.
I'll go there tomorrow and put a list on it and bring it back.
And my thought is, you know, at some point in the next couple of weeks, we'll have the property officer touch base with you too, see where things are at now, and then we can come up with a plan on, here's kind of the timelines and what needs to be done, and as long as you guys are sticking with that, you know, we're happy to work with you.
And I'd say like if they're spending money on plumbing and stuff, receipts and stuff like that does not hurt.
Yeah.
To prove where you get at.
Okay.
What if it's donated? Can, like if Dana donates, can she write a receipt saying I donated it?
Just asking.
It's free.
But it's, I guess I'm getting at the fact that it was proved that they got stuff.
Gotta get it.
We wish to continue.
I don't have anything else unless you guys have something for me.
Electric.
Any questions for Mr. Renz?
I'm gonna say I got a gas hole.
But our hot water here is good, it's just,
Vicky lived in that house before.
Can we move?
And she had to scoop a stool out because they dumped concrete out.
Well, good. We're not ready for all of it. We may want to talk to you about the front.
Yeah.
Did you have any questions for Renz?
I have, dude, yes.
Yeah, he said he was staying around. That's a story too.
I'd like to know if the property's been condemned, because we all know.
Come forward.
We all know, if we're talking about the house on Nebraska Street, we all know it's not livable. It's not fit for human habitat. Has the house been condemned? If so, does that include the garage? Because the individual that was living there is now living in the garage.
You know, put a door, got that banging all the time in the damn night, you know, and
There's no plumbing, no utilities in that garage. It's not suitable for human habitat.
when you talk to him about it, he says he does what he wants, and you can go call the cops, and they ain't gonna do nothing to him, because he says he worked for them. That's why they don't take his ass in. He's out there all the time of night banging. My neighbor next door is broken into their camper several times. He came across my fence twice, and he got one more time to come over, y'all won't have to worry about it. And he's one of the biggest damn minutes in town, chasing the little girls through town, threatening them and all that. People done had it. So now I told him, you know, and he said he's gonna do what he wanted to do. I won't take him, but I'll call my family and come in from LA to him. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you. Is there any point in contacting social services or
I don't know about.
Where do we go with such a situation like that?
Do the same thing he did to Brandon.
Guys, my only question is, what kind of timeline, is there a timeline by city code or whatever?
Because it stinks.
You know, that the owners of the property are given, you know, reasonable amount of time to clean up and tear down and whatever. Those are my questions. And so are we following that? Because it's been almost a month. And, I mean, I live right across the street. There's been no effort to do any cleaning. Like I said, Manny's still living in the garage. He has no sewer. They feed him every night.
It's gonna get cold pretty soon and he has no.
Well, I mean, where's he relieving himself? Where's his trash going other than mine door?
Next
In
door.
Everett's property. Just things like that.
The smell.
I just like, you know, some reassurances that we're doing well.
And he was getting utilities from the house on the other side of him, because when his house caught on fire, they yanked the extension cord from over at the Pizza Hut house. He's been going in and out of there.
Yeah.
If,
How do we proceed, Mr. Lynch?
well, if we get the property officer to go take some pictures for me, we can start proceeding on it. Figure out which section of code fits that best, get our notices sent out.
Because he does not own the house.
You don't know.
No, his aunt does. And I went past there today and the ceiling's caving in. It's so.
Yeah, it is very,
The house
very,
is a total loss.
very
Yeah.
unsafe. I mean, if you would move the wrong board,
Yeah.
And he's been over there trying to melt plywood on the back side where he can go into the house and try to stay in one of the rooms. That's not gonna work.
Well, if I can just get pictures, like on all four sides around the outside.
You want 'em now?
We can start proceeding on that.
I think you'd almost be better off just to contact Travis and get a picture of
Contact you.
Travis does. Our Reno County fire guy.
But it definitely needs to be addressed. It's unsafe, it's an
I
eyesore.
wouldn't be so far against the city helping pay to tear it down if we could tack it onto their building and pay a payment or something, if we come to some kind of agreement, or if that's legal, or.
Yeah, we could do that through our code, because I'm not familiar with the house, so I just need some kind of factual basis to get started getting something like
It's a
that.
god. We pumped enough water in it that the water was coming out of the cellar.
It's bad.
You know, what it's
City
like.
license? Man. What is the address?
It's either 106 or 107. My house
107 is what it is.
Yeah,
107.
Which is like 108.
East one, Nebraska.
East Nebraska, yes.
East Nebraska.
I think Travis would have all the pictures for you. Everybody has shown the video. That way, then that property officer don't have to go get in the middle of that. There we got it. Now, what do you do about somebody living in a garage?
Well, I mean, it would be, again, violation of housing code, it doesn't have the sewer, water, that sort of stuff, so we send that notice out.
Is that something a witness needs to sign or something?
We just, yeah, I need somebody that, if I'm gonna prove it, can say for sure, yeah, there's no.
If you have a zip drive, I can give you video proof of it as much of it as you want.
Okay.
We just need a splitter and a zip drive to take off my.
He's got a barrel of heat in there too, that he's got going out the damn window that he's been burning wood and I guess trying to stay warm.
He got him a cot to sleep on because he was carrying it by the house the other day. Brand new.
It just needs addressed. I mean, I know that it takes time to do things and stuff. As long as we're.
Yeah, we can get started on that.
Well, this is the first meeting that we've had since.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's been almost a month.
Yeah.
I think it was on the 17th, 16th or 17th of last month.
Knowing us what we need to do, get pictures from the fire marshal and or the property officer. Start directing us on
I said, she called
I
me.
was hoping maybe the owners would have some insurance for some of it.
There wasn't no insurance.
To find out that that's the case. And what do we need to do and what are we allowed to do and.
And the 17th,
And if we could come up with an agreement with them, we could maybe have a special meeting. There's a kid from District 6 Fire
And now this is what he told me at the fire, so don't hold him to it, don't hold me to it, but he said he could have that house laid on the ground while we were still working the fire. He said, well, you need to take it to the council, we could have this house laid on the ground for like $1,200. And then the dumpsters on top of that to get it gone. And he'd be willing to do it. He does it, so.
Why didn't you guys just let it burn? I mean, as bad as it was.
You
can't.
can't.
You can't.
Yeah.
I don't want my new siding melted for those.
Well, I mean, there was enough of them there.
Kind of like the, oh, the one that we gotta send out a notice, it's gotta be set for hearing in front of the governing body. They've got the right to a hearing on it. But if they get the notice, yeah, we can work
They
out.
can't let it burn because you remember those people
I
that
think
killed
we
over there in the
should
Brazo,
work
they let it burn and they found the bodies later.
Yeah.
So they can't let it, yeah.
That concludes our business with Mr. Lynch. Questions,
Our
discussion?
fire chief was really
And they
upset.
have other services here in town, so if they didn't pay them, they would shut their services off, right?
I'm not sure on
Maintenance gentlemen, Mr. Birdsong, Mr. Higdon. Give us the good news.
Good news is we ain't got anything.
Good thing I can't hear that.
I heard it.
What is the good news?
We don't have anything.
No good news.
No good news?
Yeah, well, hey, you touched on it earlier about the tree dump. Get that out of the way. There's a picture of what was found out there. I don't know what you wanna do, you don't wanna do anything, or how you wanna handle it in the future, or just let it go till it gets shut down, or what do you wanna do?
Somebody had to rent a key, do we know?
Huh?
Somebody had to come get the key.
Well,
Yeah, the mayor was gonna talk to him, so two people we know had a key that weekend. Pictures what we had to dig out and then haul to the Reno County landfill.
You said two people had the key?
Two people checked out the key. How's that?
You know what your thoughts on how you wanna handle it, or not change anything, or what's your ideas on that?
We gotta do something, we cannot allow that to go on. I don't know, I hate to have to babysit it, but we might have to go out after everybody dumps, I don't know what else to do. Or maybe just check. I mean, I guess you can't just allow one person a day out there.
People don't go out there every day anyway.
Not let the key go out on weekends, but 8 to 5.
Yeah, but that hurts a
And
lot of
somebody,
people.
well, takes one bad apple to ruin the whole batch.
Yeah, but I don't like that, I don't want to say mentality. Somebody screws up and everybody's punished for it, it's kind of,
The city can't be out a bunch of money
right?
and go check every time somebody dumps. If you did it either 8 to 5 or one key
goes out on the weekend and that one key was rented out, gets turned in Monday morning, they can go out and check it and know who had access.
Did you talk to both of them? Do we know who did it? Or are we still at ABC?
We have names of people who checked out the keys, other than that,
And
no
that's
action.
it.
I can send them letters if you wish.
You said you were gonna talk to them.
I'm sorry?
You said you were gonna talk to them.
I
You never
can.
talked to,
I can.
Did you talk to them?
No, not yet. Can.
maybe not like
The next problem is if something untoward gets dumped there and then somebody else comes along and puts
Right.
legitimate stuff on top of it, then you gotta dig through all the legitimate stuff to get to the disallowed stuff. Makes the party even more fun.
We try to contact the two people and try to figure out who did it. Make them pay the cost of home and all.
Do you actually think people are gonna fess up to that?
I remember the camera up.
I don't know what the answer would be. I mean, either we start babysitting everybody that goes out there every time they go out and dump a load, we gotta go watch it, or
Is there any way you can check the loads when they get a key?
well, you can check their load when they get the key, but that don't mean they're not gonna pick something else up before they come get bring the key back.
Then we go back to one key, and if somebody has the key out over the weekend, you gotta go check Monday morning. You gotta bring the key back and you gotta check Monday morning. If somebody gets the key between 8 and 5, you're gonna have to run out there and check. It's a waste of city time and money, but that goes down. Where am I?
I will speak to the people, two individuals that have the key. We're on the register for the key. Any other good ideas?
No, I don't know how you would watch it all the time.
New business, other business for us.
Yeah, we got all the dead trees cut out of the park. Now we're down to, we got four or five stumps to grind.
4 stumps behind.
3 in the big part, and a couple in the little part. You wanna make the stumps run and grind them, or let them go, or how you wanna do that?
Probably ought to get the ones out of the big park one at least.
Let's say do them all.
So you got what? 7 or 8 of them to do?
We got 5, I think, is probably need to grind. The rest of them, someone we pulled out of the back of, I was fine.
We got 2 stumps that, up at the, across from the highway. So that would be, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stumps if we did all of those.
Yeah, I wouldn't be worried about the ones across the
Oh,
highway.
yeah, I don't think those need to be ground, do you guys? One smells what I want.
Somewhat.
Somewhat. They're a waste, where it's everything, where they're tracking.
I'm not worried about them, but like the ones in the park will attract termites.
Are you guys aware that next week the town is gonna be trimmed out by Midwest Energy?
Well, I'm sorry, Raymond,
The
what?
city will be trimmed out by Midwest Energy next week sometime, by Saturday. Well, it's gonna happen. And a lot of people don't want, the guys to pull through, telling them how much to cut. So what they're gonna do, when they come in, if you got a drill on the pole there, And you tell them how much they can cut, they're gonna put a fuse in there, and every time the wind blows, it's gonna be a one-shot hit, and you're gonna be stuck with it. And they'll take their time coming out, put the power back on.
Really? I've not heard that.
Yeah, I talked to Solidate, last week.
So they're just gonna come in and trim what they see fit unless you tell them not to? And then if you say.
They're gonna come to your door and knock on your door and let you know what they're doing. They have to do that. You know, because when I worked for them, we used to come through John Bradshaw, was our biggest pain in the ass, as far as trimming out the alley behind his house. And then when the lines went down this last time in town, people are riding around and didn't want the guy to go up and cut this limb and that limb. So that's why a lot of problems are in town, because those limbs are hitting the line and they're on a two-shot hit, and then they automatically shut down. Those don't knock out to your power station now. So I'll be going around with those guys and they're having any problems.
Good to know, thank you.
Okay, let's get back to, Mr. Bird's, what other good news do you have?
So we got the pump down there and grinding some stuff in. The rough attention, we got a couple of lights out at the gym.
I make a motion, we allow the maintenance guys to rent that stump grinder to grind the stumps in the park.
I'll second.
Aye.
Okay, go ahead.
The next thing is, we got a couple of lights out at the gym. 2 lights out is what we found.
In the gym?
Yeah. So we can't change them unless we go rent a scissor lift and change 2 bulbs out. You got any ideas on that? You want to rent the scissor lift and change them out, or you got other ideas, or what? Scissor lift was $153 for a full day. Change 2 light bulbs.
Can you do anything in the maintenance shop or here while you have it?
Not that I can think of, man.
Drive down the road and trim the trees that hit the top of the tractor?
Not that I can't think of any, couldn't think of anything this morning that we could use it for.
Do we, Garfield, gonna be starting to use the gym?
Yeah, they were here the other day and looked. Middle school will start sometime in November after the high school starts their practices. And they're the ones who saw the lights were out and mentioned about replacing them.
I have something to ask. I mean, I don't know Fairfield, they have the big gym. Do they not, does Fairfield School not have a lift that they can bring over and let us use to change light bulbs? How do they change their light bulbs?
They rent one too.
Huh?
They rent one too.
They are also going to donate basketball poles to be replaced in there too.
It's a lot of money to replace 2 lights. There's no, like, those big long things.
You can't.
Extensions on, you can't
We
get one of
tried
those.
that. We tried it last time, and you end up just pushing the whole receptacle from the tube. That's why we had to rent it for last time we changed light bulbs.
That's right.
But it's pretty expensive to rent it for, change 2 light bulbs.
Change them all.
We can do this.
What kind of light bulbs are they?
Well, I can't tell you right offhand. We'd have to ask another
I mean,
reason.
they're
How
not
much do
like-
the light bulbs cost?
That's what I was.
I don't remember right offhand. We had to find out, I found them at Home Depot last time, those ones we were replaced. I don't remember how much it was or anything else for those things.
No idea if they were cheap or wild.
The light bulbs ain't cheap in the first place.
How many's in there, do you know, Everett? I mean, Everett,
Probably 12 up there.
Yeah, 11 to 12 lights total. You got 3 big lights, and I think they'll take the big receptacle, the 3 big ones in the middle,
Are those the ones that are out?
One of
One of
them.
them is out and one
One on the
small
side.
one is,
When was the last time we done this?
A couple years ago, wasn't it?
yeah.
That was a while ago.
We changed.
You should check them outside too.
What's your pleasure? We gotta move. I make a motion when we rent
The scissor lift and replace all the light bulbs when it's in, and see if we need to put up any nets or anything while we can do it. Aye.
Aye.
No.
About all I got. That's about all I got.
questions for maintenance crew. Keep up the good work. Thank you, gentlemen. Can you saw up those pine trees in the fireplace? Can you saw the pine trees in the fireplace length?
I don't know. I don't know if anybody wants to climb up on top of the pile. I got them clear on top of the pile now.
You could go in the firewood business there. Safety officer, Madam Safety Officer, what is safe, what not safe these days?
Well, your rugs aren't safe. I've been complaining about those for a couple months. They're really rippling bad. And I don't know how to solve it, because when they roll them up, they're wet. You bring them in and they ripple. Everett almost tripped on the one just going out the door a while ago.
Did we have any further discussion with the provider of the nets about the quality of the nets?
I've talked to them a few times, but they said they try to give us the better of it out of the truck.
Well, the one in front of the library was really bad. I was worried about some of the older people coming in there.
I made him take that one today.
I think we asked for heavy ones at one time, but if this is the heaviest ones, I don't think they're that good either. I prefer we had some like they have at the post office. Yeah, they're really heavy, like something you'd put in the back of a pickup truck, almost. We got the extinguishers redone, so I'll have to start checking them next month, or maybe into this month. That would be it. Kenny?
Questions for the safety officer? Moving on, custodial person has left us. Custodial person have a report by personal friends. Okay, unfinished business. I believe we have done evaluations of all staff. I have not done, gotten back with everyone, including Gene Brack to report. So everybody you want to had a chance. I need to speak with Sharon yet, and I have ordinance about it. People are just busy and it's hard to catch up with it. That will happen. Evaluations, we dealt with the step grinder. All right, new business. Somebody speak to me about the trash dumpster. Why is that on here?
I'd like to see the trash dumpster come back for a while.
At least a month right now.
Yeah, for cleanup.
Okay, you want us to contact nicely, and have a dumpster?
Or call cleanup.
And effective, you want it delivered here when?
As soon as they can.
Okay.
As soon as they can.
As soon as they can?
Yeah.
We need a motion on that, I doubt it, we'll just do it.
Got consensus.
On consensus. Okay. And it'll be just one dumpster and it'll be located towards the the
Across,
city
across from the maintenance building.
maintenance building. We have discussed the burnt house issue already. We've had some issues in the office, and there have been folks who came in and were not happy about this or that, have been somewhat verbally abusive towards Michaela, and I don't know how we go about dealing with that other than to mention it, and I hope that the problems get resolved, and that verbal harassment doesn't really solve any problems, it just makes two people mad. So I would encourage the clientele and the city clients and city residents to try to be civil and act like adults when they're doing business. And there may be something that you're unhappy about, but there's no sense making more unhappy people. So
Did we deal with this issue before, and what did we come up with? Were they too?
They can, once somebody crosses the line from complaining where they start harassing staff, they can be trespassed from the building. There's no reason to have to put up with that. So,
where is the line?
well, I mean, it's kind of case by case, but
Is it required to involve foul language or?
I mean, it can be just being belligerent, it can be, not listening, whatever business they came there to conduct, they either aren't gonna do it, or it's over and done with, and they're just staying around and harassing the staff. I don't think there's any reason any city employee needs to be in a spot where they don't feel safe at work. That's not something they should have to put up with.
Yes, I agree.
So if this would happen, what should she do? Should she
What are resources?
call 911 and put a trespass, or?
So for a criminal charge, you'd have to tell them they need to leave, and if they remain after you told them they need to leave, then it's criminal trespass, and they remain in defiance of the order to leave. You may start short of that, talk to Ken or talk to somebody who's around, if he can, that's the barrier you can deliver that. If Michaela, the employee, whoever it is, Karen doesn't feel comfortable doing that. But if someone from the city's told them they need to leave and they don't, then yeah, that's called law enforcement, and that can be criminal trespass.
You can send them to me or call me, and I will do my best to be available. I'm not always close at hand. Or take a name and make a listing of what the problem is, and I will go to people. Does that help? I know you're in a tough spot there. Is that helpful? We solved that problem.
You want to keep it?
Have we got looked at the rest of the Okay, we're moving on to governing body comments. Do we have comments?
I do. I have a question.
Please come forward once.
And you're in audience, it's governing body
That's
comments.
not governing body. And nobody made any comments, so.
Then I make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
Second.
We are adjourned.
I have a question for Dan, and I'm going to ask you. Does the city have a private act for when I go into the building to do my business as an individual? Isn't there a private act that I have my privacy in that building, so everybody doesn't know my business? I mean, I know when I had my surgery, I had a piece of paper that I have the right to have privacy.
It's different than coming into
So you're going to tell me that these people can stand in there when I walk out the door and talk about me? And And what was Everett doing behind the counter? I didn't think, when I was on the board, he could go behind the counter. Oh, that's right, you guys don't want to answer that question, do you?
Well, you're talking about me, and I was telling you to be civil, and quit yelling at the Michaela.
I'm talking about when I walked out the door, me and Cheryl stood at the door, and she'll tell you so, and heard you talking, and Everett and Michaela talking about it. It doesn't matter what you said.
Well, then you didn't hear anything. You can't tell me what was said.
We can say, I mean,
Maybe you need to quit yelling at people when you go to
That gives you an idea.
Okay, thank you.
I don't intend for y'all to every time. You know I will talk. I was in the office when you were yelling at the clerk.
I wasn't yelling at her.
Yes, ma'am, you were.
And don't scream at me then. I can talk just like you do.
I wasn't screaming, but I can.
Screaming now?
No.
So I
I talk loud because my husband cannot hear.
Well, I talk loud because I can hear.
Well, not, I don't talk in anger. I talk in telling you what you shouldn't be doing.
I'm talking like that.
I will defend her any time over you, because you've done it several times. You are a habitual yeller.
That's right, just like you are.
Mine's a defense. Mine's a defense of her.
Yeah, well, I defend myself. You defend her, I can defend myself too.
Well, trouble is, you were wrong.
No, you were wrong being in there nosing in my
I was there before you got there.
Well, you should have got one down.
Why? Why?
Because my business was my business.
And you should have been yelling.
That's the problem. You own that business that way.
We'll have two buckets up here. You guys didn't have, put up lights outside or something.
What she didn't tell you was that was a good deal, because that's what the gates they were going.
It's the real to sit out in my house.
You think John Blacktrell was bad to deal with? You should have to deal with this stuff.
Bill was in lawyer.
What was it?
I'm going home. My back's killing me, that's why I stood up.
Oh, yeah.
One, two.
That's one of our main areas. Yeah, matter of fact, yeah, I've dealt with it. When we just been running through there, it blew a chipper over the yard. And he wrote that, hook on good.
Dad, that's why he didn't come, because
Hey.
he loved him.
Okay,
I'm going home.
Yeah.
At my house, I forgot it.
That ain't right, don't worry.
I bet you didn't know about that toilet. No. Because when Miss Vicky lived there, she used to have to use a cat litter thing to get the feces